Hey guys, Mike here from Key West, Florida with another trade of the day from Vant Trading. What I want to talk about is two trades that I took today that were very profitable. One was in DOCU and one was in Beyond Meat. Now, both of these trades, I used an indicator that I want to go over with you here today. It's a very simple indicator. I don't see a lot of people talk about it, but you see a lot of professional traders look at this indicator, and it's called the opening print. Now, to set these trades up, let's look at DOCU first. The very first thing we do when we're looking at a play is we have a top-down approach. So we're going to make sure that all the time frames are in alignment. And so here is the daily chart. It's the very first chart that we look at, because if the daily chart doesn't look good, it's no use looking at the other charts. And with the daily chart, DOCU, as you can see today, was really in breakout mode. Okay, it did actually break out, but if you kind of look right here, you can kind of see what the trade was setting up. And we kind of discount Friday's action because Friday was really a news-driven event. And you know, a lot of times traders are looking at technical analysis and they don't have any context to their technical analysis. Well, you got to have some context, and you got to realize that Friday, you can't put a lot of stock into Friday's action. So looking at this trade, we look at the daily chart, it looks pretty good for us. We're targeting this 229.95, this 230 area as an area that if DOCU can close above that, then we think it can move another good 20, 30 points. Now, when we look at the daily chart, we tend to go up from there to make sure the long-term horizon looks good. We'll jump right to the monthly chart, see what the monthly chart looks like. And here you can see the monthly chart. October just started, so you know, not much data that you're going to get in there. And then we go to the weekly chart and take a look at the weekly chart. And again, you know, last week, DOCU closed up above this level here that we deem as important on the daily. So pretty strong price action on the weekly chart. So we're pretty happy with where this is on a long-term basis. Now, when we're also looking at a stock, we also want to make sure that we have a stock that has a story. Okay, because you can have a great chart set up, but if you don't have buyers that are interested in buying, then you know it doesn't do you really any good. And we tend to stay away from those type of stocks. Well, DOCU this morning had a price upgrade from Morgan Stanley. They upgraded them to overweight with a $260 price target. So we thought this was very extreme. The stock, very light action this morning in DOCU. You don't see a lot of trading on DOCU pre-market, though we did see some action. So you can see the area here that we highlighted was our buy zone that we were looking to buy based off of pre-market levels, based off the prior day's level. And right here, this line is what we call the opening print. And the opening print automatically on Thinkorswim is set to print on the charts for me, so I don't even have to worry about it. And so DOCU from the opening print pretty much dropped right off the bat. Now, it looked like it had, based off this news, had a buy imbalance coming in. And buy imbalances typically you're going to see right before the market opens on NASDAQ stocks. And DOCU had, if I had my guess, had a nice little buy imbalance, which caused it to jump from 225 to 227, 228 pre-market. When we see this, we tend to fade this. Sometimes it doesn't always work. They open and go. But we did get the fade this morning, so we stayed out. We're in the market type right now that we're not really trading the first 5 to 6 minutes. We try to stay out. You got price discovery in there anyhow, so we want to lower our risk, and it's hard to lower your risk when the market's still trying to expand its zones and find out where price is going to go. So when the stock makes an opening print here and drops, okay, the bears are in control for us. And so what we're looking for, first off, is that it doesn't violate any important lows. And if we kind of zoom out here on the pre-market, really it gapped up and kind of stayed in this zone pre-market. So the fact that it didn't drop below this level right here was a pretty good indication and a pretty good understanding that, hey, that's a pretty good stock. So let me kind of zoom in here on the price action so we can see how it worked. The stock again printed the open, fell, came down to a good level below VWAP. So volume bars kind of low in here, and then the volume started picking up in here in the R-vol, which is something that you must have if you're going to trade these type of stocks, and that's the relative volume. Was starting to pick up in this stock, and we like to see the R-vol above 2, and right in here it really started to gain some momentum. So it came up, broke up through VWAP, through our buy zone, okay, and then we didn't want up buying until it pierced right here through this opening print, and this is exactly what we got marked right in here on this stock. And so we bought DocuSign right up here through the opening print. Went right up into an important daily level, okay, the level we were looking at on the daily chart, and that we wanted to see it close above. And again, right up through that level, really good volume action. And then we had a nice little pullback on a flag, lower volume, and then it started to go right back up. And you can see the volume started dissipating a little bit in here. And we started seeing it get a little bit toppy. We did, by the way, this green line right here is the 15-minute high. So, we got in this 228 level, and, we took some off right around this 231.74 right into this area where it started congestion. And then we held some more and, kind of went up. And when you saw this bar right here, we were still in with the rest of our shares, but then we saw, it did hold the 22 EMA, but then it started getting weaker. And once it pierced here, we got out of this stock for the rest of our profit at 233. So nice little trade, nice little gain right in through here. And if you kind of zoom out, you can see that that was pretty good execution on the close of the trade, because DocuSign wound up getting weaker throughout, falling through the opening print and closing lower. So DocuSign, nice little trade. And again, nice action. You don't really, you got to wait for confirmation. We're looking for trades that are lower risk to put the odds in our favor. And anytime you get a trade that a stock that goes through your buy zone, goes through the prior day's high, breaks through VWAP, breaks through the opening print, the more of these you have in your favor, the more stronger conviction that you have in the trade. And again, doesn't guarantee that your trade's going to work out, but it puts the odds in your favor. And we bought it all the way up. Typically, we would buy into, if we're in an uptrending market, we would buy into this flag here and maybe try to play for a longer term trade. But right now, with the type of market we're in, a news-driven market, a market that's still trying to find its footing to the upside, it's shorter-term trades for us. Okay, let's go into the second trade, and that's Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat, if you look here on the daily chart, you can see it broke out today, really nice. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks. Okay, right into this high here, closed above here, then closed below Friday. Good buying opportunity, good action actually, considering the type of news that we had on Friday. So let's go, work our way up. Let's go to the monthly, and you can see Beyond Meat kind of IPO'd over here, and you can see this little cup. See this little cup in here? This is nice little action, and it's now heading up on the monthly chart to the upside. Last month, September, increased volume, so we're definitely liking this chart. If we go to the weekly, we're going to see the same type of action. So good action. Really liked where Beyond Meat was on the long-term chart. Now, zooming in, you can kind of see what Beyond Meat did, okay, pre-market. Again, kind of in that zone, was gapping up, okay, and you can see where our buy zone was right here, was a break of the pre-market. So that's what we were looking for before the stock even opened. It's just a guide for us as far as where we think that we'd like to have some action if the odds are in our favor. So Beyond Meat, this was a little bit of a trickier stock. So it did, it opened up, popped up a little, and then failed, came back down. It violated this little level that we have on that daily chart, and we, that top end of the zone, but kind of found support with it, kind of tried to pop above VWAP and kind of made a higher low here. And once it broke through VWAP and broke through the opening print into our buy zone, this is exactly where we bought. So we bought right up in here at the bottom of our buy zone. And if you can see, so we got in around 168.89. It went up, kind of filtered, kind of consolidated in here, came back down below our purchase price, but actually respected the opening print, respected VWAP very well. This is good news right in here. Okay. And then once it broke back above, it went up to the 15-minute high, kind of flagged again. And then on this break here, we actually bought a little bit more shares. So if we can kind of move this chart and you can kind of see, what we were looking at here. So, we bought some shares in here. We bought some on this breakout. And then our goal was really looking up to Friday's high. And so it came back down, tested VWAP, did pierce it on a little bit, nothing really to write home about, and then proceeded to wedge right back up. And here's where we sold our first batch of shares right at yesterday's high, right up at 171. So not a bad trade, 168, 171. And then, we held the rest and kind of, right in here, got out the rest of this chop. And the stock was actually a little bit stronger, had some good action, came back down, really never violated VWAP, but we like our stocks to kind of ride this 22 a little bit. And it was kind of a little bit choppy on the way up. But you still could have held Beyond Meat, and it closed at its highs 175. So really nice trade. Maybe we got out a little early, but still, again, what we're looking to do is have lower risk in the type of market we had today and the type of market we're in. We're not looking to hold too many stocks for that long. So that was Beyond Meat. Really good trade. And again, using this opening print as your basis, okay, when you're trading these stocks, can really do you well. So really happy with that trade there. I did want to bring up one other trade, and that is another type of trade that we like. And I know my partner, Nick, he took this trade, is Square. So let's go to the daily chart on Square. We love these type of plays here. You can kind of see Square. First off, if we go to the monthly chart, you can kind of see where Square is. Nice full-on breakout. If we go back down to the weekly chart, you can kind of see Square, nice little breakout there as well. So when you get a stock that is gapping above its high, okay, it's gapping above a 52-week high, then we love these plays because we call them everybody's happy plays, okay, because there's really no resistance up here. And Square, again, had some momentum this morning, so, it was a really good trader. And if you look in here, you can kind of see where the stock, it opened, it actually dipped below the opening print, came down, printed this 15-minute low, and then came right back. So if you would have bought this stock, it was in the same 1-minute bar, okay, and it broke right through. And for us, I know the way we traded it, we didn't trade right in here because, again, the first 5 minutes we're trying to, not get caught up in the price discovery. You never know where the stock's going to go. We bought it into this flag right here. Let me kind of zoom in for you so you can kind of see. So right where the pre-market high kind of held, once we saw that hold, it was a nice buy opportunity in the go zone. And this stock, right here from 174, went right up, printed a 15-minute high to 177. When it followed the 22 nicely up here, making highs, chopping around at 178, and that's pretty much where we got out as far as that was concerned. And with the rest of our shares now, Square, if it was a better market, we would probably be holding still some shares of Square because look, it just 178 was kind of the low zone here. It went all the way up to 181, 182, and kind of closed near the highs. So Square is looking good, especially going forward. And again, if you look at that daily chart, it's in open air, and we love stocks that are in open air, and especially stocks that gap above the those 52-week highs. So I hope this helped. If you have any questions or would like to know how to have that opening print show up, or would like to get that script to have it show up on your Thinkorswim charts, go to our Twitter account at Vant Trading. Go to our Twitter account and DM me, and I will get that script over to you. So I hope you have a good day trading, and hopefully by looking at our trades, you can see how some of these indicators can really help you put the odds in your favor.